Good evening, good evening. I'm back at it, relaxing on the beach. So I wanted to ask you a question today. What is it that you do in order to bring some kind of balance to your life? Especially many of us who live in the cities, right? And in this time today, with all of the problems in this world, I've noticed so many people and so many of my friends, they never take the time out to bring some ease and some peace to their life. I've invited so many people to meditation classes. People have become comfortable with living in a way that God did not intend for them to live. They act as though this trauma must stay with them. But we can actually change, right? If we take time out to listen deep within ourselves. If we don't take the time out to do some self-repair and to learn about what's playing inside of us, and don't think because you make a little bit of money that you're living a successful life and that you don't have to do some self-repair, and don't think because you make 5 salats a day that you don't have to do some inner work. No, you fooled yourself. So for me, along with my prayers and my Islamic studies, even if you're a Christian, there's sciences within inside of the scriptures. And we read them in a shallow way, but we don't dig deep into them in order to make the transformations and the manifestations that we want to see in our life. So, what do you do? What do you do besides going to work every day, following orders from someone else who makes more money than you, for a company that owns a yacht or that's traveling all the time? What do you do for yourself outside of paying your rent, your light bill, your gas bill, your car note, your insurance, and being robbed by the government? Do you take the time out to meditate? Do you take the time out to think about what you think about? Or do you just continue this cycle for 10, 20, 30, 40 years? Do we really know who we are? Is Friday services enough? Is Sunday services enough? If they were, why have we been listening to them for so long and there's no change in our circumstances? There's no change in our outer reality. There's no change in our families. People go and listen to the sermon and they're still rolling their eyes at each other, hating one another, right? Barely wanting to shake your hand. And specifically for Muslims, they wish upon each other the peace of Allah with an attitude. And I'm sure I was a Christian half of my life, and I'm sure it's the same way there. People judging each other after hearing the word. So the word is not enough if it's not applied, right? And how can you apply the word? Do you apply it just by praying, just by going to service? But you don't know what's going on inside of your head? You don't know the memories that you've laid down in your heart. And those memories begin to manifest in your reality. And some of those memories were traumatic. Some of those memories were you when you were molested. Some of those memories were you when you were beat and whipped for no reason as a child because your parents were frustrated. Some of those memories were when your uncle touched you, or somebody who had no business putting their hands on you. And you come into the mosque, or you go into the church and you're praying, but you're seeing no change because you're continuing a cycle without understanding the science of the faith, the science of achieving success. The religion calls you to success, but you never really see it. You fool yourself. You claim that you see it. You claim that you have it. But when you sit back and look at your own situation, you don't have it, because you have to go deeper. So my question to you again, what is it that you do outside of prayer, outside of fasting? What do you do outside of your various holidays, right? You maintain your vehicle, you maintain your house. Even when you went to achieve your education, you maintained your studies. But when have you ever maintained you? Who are you? Do you even know who you are outside of your degree, your name, your job title, outside of the fact that you're able to make a lot of money? But your money doesn't define you. So who are you? Are you your business? Just because you're in a decent relationship, you're not your relationship. What about the day when you grow old and one of you return to the Creator? Then you're going to wait till that time to do some self-reflection and find out who you really are, when you can do it right now by just taking a moment out of your life and sit down and reflect. Just listen to your thoughts and breathe. Sit there. So many people can't survive without sitting on live all day and listen to strange people talk to them, right? They're fulfilled by that and don't realize that they have the spirit of the Creator inside of them. So if you tap into that spirit, you listen to your inner self and make adjustments, you can relieve yourself of anxiety, of so many cancers and sicknesses and illnesses that just continuously played in your mind. But you never listened to it. You never tried to make adjustments. So many people have always had a great jealousy of me, and I never cared. But one thing that I do, that I share with them and everybody else, is take the time to listen deep within. And when you hear the things that you need to change, don't be afraid to go to war with yourself. You like fighting your brother, you like fighting your sister, you like fighting people on Sunday, fighting people on Friday for service, but you never stand up and fight yourself. I fight myself. I utilize my time battling all the wickedness, all the traumas, right? All the misinformation that I have to replace with inside of myself. I take the time to deal with that. I don't even see you. Sometimes I don't even remember your name because I'm too focused on making changes within myself. So again, I want to ask you, what do you do to get to know you and to find balance in your life? Is it the costume that you wear every day that you call your religious identity? Is it you going to your Sunday services, a part of your biblical studies or Quranic studies? Is that who you think you are? What about the application and the science of that knowledge? I was talking with my family today and I said, we can look at the universe, God's universe, and see his way and apply that way to our life for success. Right now, so many children are being murdered right here in the United States and abroad. But you see, in Allah's universe, he continues to show love. So when do you apply love to your life? Well, maybe you can't. And the reason why you can't is because you don't love yourself. You don't take the time to love yourself. All you do every day is focus on your job, your education, but you never learned you, and you never learned how to love you. When was the last time you sent love to yourself? Loving yourself is not just going to work for 40 hours or more a week or less. That's not just loving yourself. That could be scarcity as well. Because if you loved yourself, like God shows love in this universe, even when there's bad people here. So that's not an excuse for you to say because there's bad people in your family or you're in a bad relationship, it makes you act bad. That's not an excuse. Because there's bad people in the universe, but God still shows them love. But if you actually showed yourself love, you will see a shift within inside of yourself. And you would see how powerful God really made you to be. Things that you can tap in. Creativity that he's given you. And what you can bring about. Things that you couldn't see before. Because you were always clouded with so much anger, clouded with so much poor mindset, clouded with so much judgmental or judging other people instead of turning your attention to yourself. So what work do you do on yourself? You say you believe in God. How do you treat your neighbor? How do you treat those who don't believe the way you believe? And in your actions, are they based upon what Jesus did or what Muhammad did or what Moses did or whoever it is that you follow? Is your actions based upon them? And it's probably not. Because you refuse to go inside of yourself and do the work. And we become lazy, depending upon someone else's sacrifices and someone else's teachings. And we don't study for ourselves so that we can move this huge ship. You're like a ship. You can move it forward. A lot of us are like me. Sometimes when I go out and get in that water, I swim so hard and realize that I don't get far. And that's how our life is when we don't learn what it is that we need to know in order to move forward swiftly and in the best of way. So, what are you going to do after hearing this? What changes will you make in your life? Just because you made some more change, that's not enough. Did you work with your anger problem? What about your ego? Do you have an ego? Do you feel that people are lesser than you? How do you treat your mom? Do you even visit your mom? Or do you still have a beef with your brother or your sister? Do you check on them? Do you love for one another what you love for yourself? Or are you selfish and blame everybody because you haven't did the work that you needed to do to make the change, to see the manifestation of what you want in your outer reality. So again, outside of meditation, I like to travel so that I can reflect. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, like right now, there's chaos in my life. Some things are not organized the way that I would want them to. But I don't just not do anything about it. I remove myself from that environment so that I can think and go back into that environment and make the adjustments. What about you? Do you stay in chaos and do nothing about it? You just see it over and over again, every day for years and years and years. I met a man the other day at the car wash, and I misjudged him. Or, I guess, I misjudged him. I didn't look down upon him, but I thought he was just a guy just on the streets. And then because I was listening to him, and he was saying some really far out things. And then a second later, I saw him go get into his vehicle, and I said, wow, he's doing good in his life and his finances. But listening to the things that he just said that I'm not going to say online really made me think. We focus on achieving our outer success while our insides is massive problems. He was asking me like why his daughters don't visit him, and I don't know him. But I was listening to his ideologies and what he believed about women and how he saw women, and I'm thinking to myself, that's why they don't see you. But I was entertaining, what can I say to this man? His ideas is so left, so horrible. What can I say? We've become so trapped in this system of filth that it has become somewhat who we are. We don't work on the inside. We allow trash to build up so high, and we think because we're making a little bit of money that we're doing good. That is not doing good all the way. Money is important. We need that cash money, but that's not it. We have to do the self-work. And in order to do the self-work, sometimes we have to quiet our minds. And what I mean by quiet our minds, for me, is to go into nature or go to a quiet space, detach yourself from the chaos, and listen to what's going on inside of you. And when you hear any wickedness or anything that's not in line with the nature, the high nature that God gave you, then you must seek to make adjustments to it. And you can't do it all at one time. You just do the best you can by at least attacking it. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. You're always going to get more, but just work at making the changes. Listen to your inner self. Disconnecting, right? And also studying for yourself. Don't just depend upon the sermon from the mosque or the church. You already have a sermon inside of yourself. Listen to the good teachings. Take some time to make adjustments in your life and to send yourself some love. Even when it may appear as though there's no love around you. Still send love to yourself, just like God sends love to this universe. I hope I've shared something to inspire you today with sincerity. I'm going to get back to enjoying my time on this beach before I head back home for work tomorrow. Don't forget to work on yourself. Get my book, Meditate to Elevate, from Amazon, or pick it up at the gallery at 9342 Joseph Campo, or hit me up, contact me. I deliver as well. Join our classes. Let's sit down together and work on ourselves. This is a very rough time, and you can't continue to sit with all the garbage inside of you, because it begins to stink. And if all of our garbages get too toxic, it's gonna really take us out. Anyway, God bless you and have an amazing evening.